What's up, boils and ghouls? This is Nikki Misery of New Year's Day, and you're watching the Kreepy Kama Show.
John 5.
Hello.
Now, if you notice, she's got like some skeleton jammies on, which is something that I'd like to be in myself.
You know, I just was like, oh, I'm gonna do an interview and you know, mutual friends and things like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna be comfortable. I even got my Cookie Monster slippers on.
Oh, man, give them a cookie. The Outer Limits and the Twilight Zone and Night Gallery, all that kind of stuff was kind of on TV and around. Was that at all? Did that like make some sort of an impact on you? Was that something that you watched at all?
I was addicted to TV. I was absolutely, you know, addicted to TV. And I remember I would watch Abbott and Costello, Meet Frankenstein, and all that stuff. And it was like I was so into it. And then we had Sir Graves Ghastly, and they would show like it was like a horror host on Saturday nights, and he would play the movies, and I was so little. I mean, I know exactly how old I was. I was in kindergarten. I was so obsessed with, you know, those movies and anything like that, Twilight Zone and the.
Rod Serling was a trip, wasn't he?
Oh, genius, beyond genius.
The Rankin Bass like puppet. Deals.
Oh yeah, Mad Monster Party.
That's probably that's the pinnacle, right?
The greatest. I loved it, and I still watch it. You know, every Halloween. Every Halloween. I start my Halloween October 1st.
As do I.
And then I go, you know, until the 31st, obviously. Yeah.
That's cool. And you know, back then too, like now we have access to everything, but it was like a big, at least for me, I mean, it was a big deal, like if you missed something, because you just had no idea if it was ever coming on again.
Oh, absolutely. How about the Paul Lynde Halloween special? Found it, and Kiss is on it.
No way. Oh my God.
So they do Beth, they do King of the Nighttime World, and they do Detroit Rock City.
Oh my God, that's like, that was probably as good, I mean, that's...
Yeah.
That is, they're at the pinnacle of coolness, too.
Florence Henderson is on. She's one of the guests. Pinky Tuscadero, and the Osmonds.
No way. That's like star-studded for that time.
Yeah.
Those are like the biggest
Halloween
people
special.
ever.
Yeah, Halloween special.
I mean,
then I got into music, you know, when I was like 7. The reason how I got into, because I was into anything monsters. So I was walking, and I mean, I can see it. I remember it so vividly. I was in Sears with my mom. We were walking. It was beginning of like 1977. We were walking, and I see Kiss Love Gun.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were monsters. And with like, you know, and I was like, oh my God, this is like, I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was like some Halloween thing.
So you mean like the album?
Yeah.
Kiss Love Gun?
Because there was a big display of it.
Okay, that's totally like the album that was super inspirational for me too, man. And the fact that they gave you a little gun inside.
A little gun in there.
That was the cool
thing. You
thing.
know, the sleeve, it's like Kiss and blood. And I put it on, I was like, it's like monsters with guitars. You know, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Totally. So then let's just talk about, since we're talking about Kiss. Okay, what about, when you were a kid, it's so different when you watch it now though.
Kiss meets Phantom of the
Yes, I'm going there. I'm totally going there.
Yeah, Kiss
did you get to
Phantom
see it when it came on the first time, or were you too young?
Oh no! Oh, absolutely.
You did? I had to be put to bed. Like it was after my bedtime, and I thought I was going to die.
Oh no! I remember it was Halloween night,
right.
1978.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
78.
So 1978 Halloween night, in the newspaper, you would get a TV guide.
Yeah, like
And,
for
you
the
know,
children
this-
at home who had never seen anything like this before. Yeah.
So this gave you your information of what was going to be on the week of, let's see, October 22nd to October 28th, something like that. And it would just give the listing of what was going to be on, and it was advertising Kiss Meets a Phantom on Halloween night.
This is the thing. This was like my Bible as a small child.
I was really into TV, and so I loved, you know, Hee Haw and all that stuff, the Monkees.
The Groovy Ghoulies had a band. That was cool.
Yeah.
You know, even the Archies had a band.
That's right. Everybody had a band.
Everybody had a band, and
You
it was
know,
like surfy a lot of times
everybody
too.
had a band.
What out of those monsters? What do you think is the one that like? Is there? It's hard to have a favorite, but what do you
Creature
think?
for
Oh,
sure.
it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I know those 3 movies like, you know, the back of my hand. I could recite it just like reading a book, you know, and you know, I love it, you know.
Yeah.
And my wife's name is Rita, and that's the name of the boat. I was
Yeah.
like, this is gonna work out great.
The film that had the greatest impact on me in terms of actually kind of terrifying me, but like in a way that I needed to see it more and more, was The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
By far, like the best possession film like ever fucking made.
I was terrified, and I remember going, you know, I remember asking my mom, where did this happen? And they were like, I was watching the movie, and they're in Washington, and we were like, okay, Washington's far away. So
Couldn't
I'm
possibly
okay.
happen here.
Yeah. No, but I loved that movie. I loved it, and I was so into it. And my mom would drop me off at the movie theater, like probably just to get rid of me, but I remember seeing Amityville Horror in the theater, The Shining.
That scared that was pretty scary
Oh,
for back then. That was pretty,
crazy.
because the acting was really good. It was believable,
Yeah.
right? They didn't even show anything.
No, I saw that in the theater. I saw The Shining in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all these movies in the theater. And what influenced me to play guitar was Hee Haw. You know,
Really?
Yeah, because I was watching Hee Haw, and there was this little boy playing banjo, and I was like, oh my God. And anyone to do something at such a young age so well was so impressive. Like, I always got into people that were really great at something, like if it was riding a bike or juggling or anything like that. And I remember seeing this kid just playing banjo, and I was like, I want to play electric guitar. I remember saying to myself, I want to play electric guitar because it's really neat. And that's why I play a Telecaster, because they all played Telecasters. And I just thought that was the only shape there was. I didn't know there was any
Other
others.
stuff.
Yeah. So that's why I play that. And then the Monkees came along, and of course Kiss, and then I was like, yeah, it was over. I was obsessed with music.
Yeah.
I played all the time. I played so much, and I was little that I would stretch, and this part of my hand grew larger than this part. So this part, you know, it's this part that's larger.
Yeah.
Because I would stretch so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the formidable years,
Yeah.
right? Where it doesn't stretch back. It
Yeah,
doesn't snap
right.
back.
Yeah,
You're like
'cause
Stretch
I was,
Armstrong.
I was growing. Remember Stretch Armstrong?
I do.
Remember the monster guy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
like
yeah.
green,
He was
like
green.
kind of like an alienish looking,
Yeah.
like lizard guy.
Yeah. I remember I was in like, it had to be first grade, and I brought my Stretch Armstrong, and everybody was pulling it, and I was like, stop. You know, it's crying.
gonna break my Armstrong.
Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago, really.
Yeah, it wasn't
No.
at all that long ago.
No, and I remember them pulling it. I was like, but I had the green monster guy too.
You kind of had to.
Yeah.
Did you have the Evil Knievel? Were you into Evil Knievel?
Yeah, sure.
Like, but where you like winded up
Yeah,
and
and
shot
you
out the
shot
driveway?
out, yeah. Oh,
man,
yeah.
that was super cool, man.
Oh yeah, it was the greatest.
So I saw you guys in Sturgis. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's a
it was
groovy show,
so
right?
Great. It was so great because we were doing sound check, and then everybody would rev their motorcycle.
You guys, people at home, that is at the Buffalo Chip. It's their way of applauding, and I can tell you though that like when you're on stage, it's super. I mean, it feels so different than like actual applause, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so loud. It's deafening. It was almost louder than the music.
So tell me about the zombie family. I love this lineup. There's some sort of like symbiotic relationship that I can like feel as someone who watches and listens to you guys. So give me some background on that.
We were doing I was doing this benefit for the tsunami when that happened, and Dave Navarro was putting it together. I said, who's playing? And they said, rattled off these names like Gwen Stefani and Linkin Park and this, that, and the other thing. I was like, and they said Rob Zombie, and I was like, oh, you got to put me with Rob Zombie. I want to play with Rob Zombie. And he goes, okay.
So you liked the music previously? You were like,
totally.
And you hadn't met him before or anything?
I met him at Manson's house.
Okay.
I was a huge fan. I was a huge Zombie fan.
Okay, that's
and
cool.
White Zombie and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Huge fan. I knew everything. So he was like, okay, I'll put you with, Rob. And so I think it was Long Beach Arena. And
So you played, what, like 2 or 3 songs or something?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. And I remember I was standing there with Rob, and there was a curtain. We were just about to go on. And we looked out of the curtain, in Long Beach Arena or something. It's huge. And he's like, he's looking. I was like, he goes, I wonder if there's, some fans out there. And I was like, and I would point, there's a guy, he's got a zombie shirt on, so we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So right away, we just got along. We like laughed and everything. And we went out there and played, and it was great. And we really just like
You just
got
vibed
along
out or something,
right?
right?
Away.
Yeah.
We I have a picture from that night, of us
Yeah.
backstage, and then I said, if you ever need a guitar player, let me know. And he called and said, we're gonna do Ozfest, and we played
Was Blasco playing then?
Blasco, yeah.
Okay, cool. Right on.
and he said, don't get comfortable, because it's I'm still doing my movies and things like that. And I was like, great, I'll just at least I get to do this. It's gonna
Pop
be
in.
awesome.
Yeah, and have a cool time, right?
It's gonna be a blast.
That was one of the early Ozfests?
Really early Ozfest,
cool.
and we had such a blast, me and Rob. We and Blasco, everybody.
Yeah.
We just
Who was playing drums for that?
Tommy Clufetis.
Oh, cool, yeah. Super awesome.
Yeah, so we just all of us had so much fun. We had so much fun. That tour could have kept going, because we just laughed and laughed and laughed, and we just kept going.
That's cool.
So it's been,
It was just a natural progression then.
It's been almost 13 years. Yeah,
You did the score for
Lords of Salem and
Yeah.
31. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me briefly about that.
Well, he was doing movies, and I did a little piece for Halloween, and then I did then he asked me to do Lords of Salem, and it was great, because all you got to do when you're working with Rob, all you got to do is listen to what he says, but really listen. Don't go, I got it. Listen to what he says, and you're gonna be just fine. I love The Conjuring. Jeez,
It was good.
what a great movie.
It was really good, yeah.
Really, really great.
It was like one of the most well done, spooky, haunting movies
Yeah.
and kind of semi-possession films probably that's been made in the last, maybe ever.
Yeah, really great.
Yeah.
Really great.
Well, so what else is contemporarily awesome for you?
Let's see. What I really liked was It Follows.
This-
It's really good, and the score was killer. And I was in the theater, and I was with Rita, and we're watching in the movie theater. We went to ArcLight, and there was nobody else in the theater except for 3 other people, and they were all together, and we're watching, and we're just watching a movie. Man, this is a great movie. And then we're walking out, 3 other people walking out, and it's Duff McKagan. I was like,
No shit.
I was like, hey, I didn't know that was you. He was like, yeah, oh my God. But I like the Misfits because it was really great songwriting. It
That's
was
what
really
made
great
it
songs. And
better, and that's why the songs hold up.
Ramones and all that stuff. They were great
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, I know.
Great stuff. Do you know why why it was Ramone?
Actually, I don't. No.
This is really interesting because he was such a Beatles fan. He was like a Beatles nut. And that was Paul McCartney was like, yeah, we need some really cool names. And so they came up with, Paul's name was Paul Ramone. But it was like Paul Ramone.
You have to with the rolling of the tongue.
And that's where he got it.
No kidding.
And that's where they got the Ramones, yeah.
Did you have a cool time playing at the?
Were you there?
Yeah,
Were you there?
in the mausoleum kind of
You
thing.
were there.
Yeah, I'm Matt. I was like, I gotta go, and he's like, okay, I'll totally hook you up.
Dude,
and
how great was that?
it was really cool. First of all, it was a really good mix of like there was a really good mix of people who played, like it was, I want to say like Billy Idol and Steve
Yep.
Jones
Yep.
and Duff, I think
Yep.
was there, right?
Yep.
And whatnot. And you guys
And
knocked
Robbie
out
Krieger, I think, was there.
Krieger. Yes, he was there.
Who
Yeah.
else was there? Who else is there? There was some other people there. So here's what happened.
But it's like otherworldly, right?
We played like 5 songs. I remember it was 5 songs, and we rehearsed. We were so fucking tight. We were so good. And it's online because we worked and we worked and we worked.
You didn't want to just go up there and like blast it out. You wanted to make sure you were kick ass.
We wanted it fucking perfect, and that's what I love about Rob. Like, it was record quality, and I remember we were, at sound check, and Duff was there, Steve Jones was there, a bunch of people were there, like just waiting to do their sound check.
Yeah.
And we did our stuff, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever!" So we really worked hard.
You think the Ramones song sounded good?
Yeah, we
I
really
thought.
worked hard, and that's
Week of a situation.
so rad.
The fact that it was at Hollywood Forever Cemetery for people at home was super cool, and it was, obviously in honor of Johnny. And I don't know. I mean, there was probably only in that room like 150 people or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't many people there. Maybe,
Squeezed in there.
but let's just quickly talk about your groovy little family of animals.
Yeah, I have 3 hairless cats.
And what are they like, man? Are you allergic to cats? Is that why you have hairless ones?
No, we just like weird stuff.
All right.
And like the elf-eared cats, and
Do they still have like cat-ish personalities? Are
Oh,
they still
yeah.
the same kind of little
Yeah.
creatures? They're just hairless.
Yeah, they're just sons of bitches. And
Are they really?
They run the house. Yeah.
They're in charge?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great, and they look crazy.
They're cool looking.
Yeah.
They do look like kind of like Gollum.
Yeah. So
Right?
it's
Yeah.
great. Like How to Train Your Dragon looks exactly like one of our cats. So no, it's great. I love them so much. And I just wanted to be a session musician, and all of this that has happened, I didn't even, it wasn't even in my, farthest dreams. I didn't even dream about it because
Yeah.
it was so impossible.
Yeah.
It was just impossible. I didn't even, I just wanted to be a session guy, and that was it. And then all this amazing stuff has happened. So I never take it for granted. I never go on that stage going, no way.
Watching TV, I'm in the dark. The phone rings, the hot drops. Did you take the children? Did you take the children? D-O-A. When a stranger calls. D-O-A. Minutes later, it's ringing again. Another friend call, don't answer it.